Hello everyone. In this video we will discuss about what is monitors. So we already discussed lot of things about process synchronization problem, and the specific tool whatever we are using, it is nothing but the hardware synchronization hardware tool, which is nothing but semaphore, and we have used it in order to solve the problems, process synchronization problems, right? So even then we have semaphores and also some mutex concept in inter-process communication. So we got some of the problems. So even if you check that producer consumer process, right? So we have the code specifically for producer consumer process with the help of semaphore. So we have achieved it with the help of two set of operation, that is down and up operation. So that is what how we have implemented the semaphore in solving producer consumer. So this is what the code. If you look at this code carefully, we have initially called this down operation on empty variable. It is again another semaphore variable. It is also another semaphore variable, that is mutex, in order to achieve that mutual exclusion. So we have used this variable. Okay, so before calling this mutex, before calling this down operation on mutex, we have called this down operation on empty. Okay, but if you changed it, if you reverse it, first if you call the mutex and afterwards if you call the down operation on empty variable, so what happens? So why we are calling this mutex, which so here we have to achieve the mutual exclusion. Suppose if the value of mutex is 0, means if the value of mutex is 0, so what does it mean? So initially we have initialized to 1. So suppose if the value is equal to 0, means then we can enter into the critical section. So we should block the particular process. We should block the particular process. Okay, so if so what it will do, it will make the mutex value set to 0, and this particular process will be blocked. Okay, so mutex was decremented, and afterwards, so whenever you are performing this down operation, it should decrement the value of the semaphore variable, on which variable so we are performing this operation, it will decrement its value. So initially it will be 1, then after decrementing it will become 0. So what happens here, afterwards it is performing this empty operation. So first it will performing this mutex, and afterwards it will performing this empty operation. So down operation on empty variable. So empty variable, so what is the meaning of it? So we are just checking out whether the buffer is empty. If suppose the buffer is not empty, then the producer cannot perform its task. That is what the condition we are checking here. Suppose if the empty value is n, so initially we have given empty value is n only. Suppose if you perform this down operation on empty, so which is equal to n, which n means lot of empty slots are available, so we can perform it. Suppose if the empty value is not n, okay, if it is equal to 0, so what is the meaning of it? We don't have any empty space in the buffer, so we cannot proceed further. So producer process will be blocked at that case. Producer process will be blocked. And after some time, consumer, so after that consumer will also perform this down, two sets of down operation in reverse, which means first it will execute this down operation on mutex, and afterwards it will execute down operation on full. So what happens there? This producer process already was blocked. Now consumer tries to execute this down operation on mutex. So mutex equal to 0, then afterwards down on full. Suppose if the the buffer is empty, it is not actually full. If it is empty, means it does not have any data item, so consumer cannot perform its task, so it will also be blocked. So at the same time, both the producer and consumer will be in blocked state. So what is the meaning of it? It cannot proceed further, because any of the process is currently in blocked state, means then the other process will send the wake up in order to resume that blocked process. Suppose if both the process will be into a blocked state at the same time, this will lead to a deadlock situation. This will lead to a deadlock, which means we cannot recover from this problematic situation. We cannot recover. right? So we cannot come out of this particular problem, so that is what deadlock. So both the process gets blocked in the same time, we cannot recover it, so this is what deadlock state. So this may happen in case of semaphore while we are trying to communicate between any two process, that is what interprocess. So in order to avoid all these things, we are going with the next concept called monitors. So it is nothing but high level synchronization primitives, higher level synchronization primitives, and it has been proposed by the two person named Hoare and another person named Brinch Hansen in the year 1973 and 74. So this is what how we got this concept monitors. Okay, so what do you mean by monitor? It is nothing but the collection of procedures, variables, and the data structures. Monitors is nothing but the collection of procedures, variables, and the data structures. This is what monitors. So whenever any process calls all these procedures, which is included in this monitor, it is possible to call all these procedure. It can use all the variables whatever we have only inside the monitor. Okay, so the process cannot access any other data structure which is outside of the monitor. It is not possible at all. Okay, it is not possible. And the next one, this monitors will have some specific structure, and it has been written in imaginary language. So why we are calling it as imaginary language, and the name of the language is Pidgin Pascal. Okay, it is a kind of imaginary language. So the name of the language, what language we are trying to use it to write the monitors, which is nothing but Pidgin Pascal. So why we have not used any specified language like C or some other programming language? Because it is actually the language concept. This monitors or nothing but the language concept. So C does not have that particular thing, so we cannot use the C language or any other programming language. So it is name of the language whatever they have mentioned, which is nothing but Pidgin Pascal. Okay, so let us see the structure of this monitor. So here we have the structure, like initially we have the variables whatever we're going to use it, and this is nothing but the condition variable, and this is procedure for producer. And again we have taken the example for producer consumer problem. So we have separately procedures for these two process, for the producer and consumer, and end represents the end of that particular procedure. So we can have more number of procedures in the same monitor, and some of the variables, and also we can have some data structure, right? And so it will have some specific property called mutual exclusion, because whenever you're talking with process synchronization problem, so the first thing we need to achieve this mutual exclusion. So only if it achieves, then we can say this is a particular solution for the process synchronization problem. So this monitors will also achieve this mutual exclusion. The meaning of mutual exclusion is at a time only one process can use the monitor concept. So already if any other process using this monitors, then other process cannot use the monitor at the same time. So this is what we are achieving, this mutual exclusion. And this particular property has been achieved with the help of that programming language or the compiler whatever we are just using in order to mention all these monitors concepts. So it by itself will achieve the concept of mutual exclusion. So it is not given by the programmer. Okay, so programmer don't bother about how we have to satisfy this particular condition. So it is by default we are getting this particular condition to be satisfied by the programming language itself, which means the compiler will take the responsibility of executing these things. Okay, but even though we have achieved this specific condition, so we should point out the next problem as synchronization problem, isn't it? So we should concentrate on synchronization problem also, which means, so again you are taking the producer consumer process. So it is producer and it is consumer. So in between we have the buffer. Okay, so it is a common storage space which we need to store all the data items whatever it is produced by the producer, and from this buffer all the data items will be removed by the consumer. But both the process cannot execute at the same time. This is what mutual exclusion. And what is synchronization, which means if the buffer is full, then this particular process is not possible. If the buffer is empty, then this particular process is not possible. That is what synchronization. So we should synchronize both the process, isn't it? So for that we have to use one concept called condition variable. So in order to synchronize both the process, we have to use one variable called condition variable. So for this example we are using two variables. So one is full and another one is empty. Okay, so one is full and another one is empty. So all these two are said to be condition variables, not conditional, condition variables. So what happens here, the condition variables will be performed on two operations. It will be performed on two operations. The operations are wait and another one is signal. Wait and signal, which is very similar to sleep and wake up. So these two things we have used in semaphore, but in monitors we are actually using these two, that is wait and signal. So what happens here, we are checking with the first variable, condition variable full. Suppose if the buffer is full, so then the producer process has to wait, it has to perform this operation wait. Okay, and in the same way if the buffer is empty, then the consumer process has to perform this wait operation. And what is actually the signal? So already the process that has been waited, so it should be signaled with the help of the signal operation, which is very similar to sleep and wake up. Okay, so whenever we are saying that any process that is actually waiting, which is nothing but that particular process will be blocked, and after some time, so this will be unblocked with the help of the signal operation. And this particular signal operation could be given by the partner process. Suppose if the producer process has been blocked, means the consumer process will give the signal, will perform the signal operation on this producer process in order to wake up the partner process, it is doing so. Okay, so that is what the use of the signal. So what happens here, so suppose if the consumer process already performed this wait operation, so it means this particular process has been blocked. So this producer process will give the signal, it will perform the signal operation on this consumer in order to unblock it, now the problem is what happens after the signal operation. So if the producer process has been blocked, which means it is performed this wait operation, right, then the consumer process, it is actually performing the signal operation on this producer in order to wake up it, in order to unblock it, right, in order to unblock. So what it is actually performing, after performing the signal operation, we should decide whether either this consumer process will continue its execution or it will be blocked, because as I said, at a time the monitors or I mean whatever the things we have under monitor should be used by only one process. That is what the concept of mutual exclusion. At a time both the process cannot use it. So if suppose the particular process is blocked, means the other process will perform the signal operation, but this particular process gets blocked after producing that and after performing the signal operation, because it will resume it and it will perform its own task, so it may execute the monitor procedure also. So at that time this process must be blocked. This is one way, so next one is suppose in some cases, or this as I told, so two persons are proposed this monitor, that is one person is Hoare and another person is Brinch Hansen. Okay, so this person has proposed that the process whichever calling the signal operation must be blocked automatically. The other process will resume it and it will perform its own task. This person proposed that, so they have given two different proposals. So here this person proposed that whichever the process performing the signal operation must exit from the monitor itself. It is not only blocked, it has to exit from the monitor itself. So here we are actually following the second method. We are actually following the second method because it is very easy to implement. So if the process calls the signal operation, so it will automatically exit from the monitor itself. Third solution is, these are the first two solution. Third solution is this calling process, which means whichever the process it is signal producing this signal operation, so it will continue its operation, but whenever the producer process wants to access this monitor, so at that time it will exit from the monitor. So only if the consumer process exit from the monitor, then this process will use the monitor procedure and all. This is what we can achieve the mutual excel. These are the three solution which has been proposed here. So we can go with the second solution because it is very easy to implement on the monitors concept. Okay, so it will be very similar to the sleep. And so lastly, so finally I want to tell you the difference between the semaphore operation and also this monitor operations. Both look similar, but what could be the difference here? So already we discussed the sleep and wake up operation on the same problem, that is producer and consumer. So what happens there, we may get the situation as, first the producer process executes the sleep operation, okay, and before entering into the sleep, so it is actually trying to perform the sleep operation. So before completing its sleep operation, this other process will send the wake up signal. So it will actually either both the process will be in blocked, or otherwise both the process will go to sleep. So to avoid this, this particular situation will not happen in this monitor. So it has to complete its wait operation, then only the other process will send the signal. Before entering into the wait operation, it will not produce the signal. So what happens there, the signal will be lost. Before entering into the wait signal, if it gives the signal operation, then it will be lost. So that will not be happened in these monitors. So only after completing the wait signal, this will be produced by another process. So here, if while it is trying to enter into the sleep operation, so it may get the wake up signal from other process, this particular wake up signal will be lost. So this particular process will be in sleep mode and the other process will also enter into the sleep mode. So this kind of situation will not arise at all in the monitor. So this is what the difference between the monitors and the semaphores. Thank you.